Welcome everyone. Welcome to Security Talks. I'm your host Joseph Fontenot, and on today's show, I have a very important guest with us today. He is a industry leader. He's a mentor to me. He's a mentor to others. He's very important. He's going to be dropping in gems. Like he's going to be giving the game today. Y'all need to tune in and be ready. He ready. He's here today. Today we most definitely gonna give him his flowers. Because he took his time out today to be here, and he didn't have to. He's a very busy man. I think he got to catch a fight when he leave here. He's the man, the myth, the legend. I'm telling you, he got it. I'm telling you, hey man, every conversation we've had, he's always giving me number positive information. He's never steered me in the wrong direction. I can call him anytime. He's always there, always there. I've been knowing him for at least for 10 years plus for sure. Working with him. He was one of the ones that told me, and I told him, I said, Mr. Washington, I want to go ahead and I want to start my own security company. He told me, he said, you gonna do it? Don't pay him on the weekend. Don't pay him on Friday. Pay him on the Monday. And hey, I took that advice, and I swear, I've been doing it ever since. That was one of the best pieces of advice I think anybody could have given me. But hey, I really appreciate him for being here.
No, we can't do that.
I want to give him his flowers right now. This is Mr. Demetrius Washington. He was my mentor back in the day. Still is my mentor. I still go to him from time to time and get a little bit of advice. He's very knowledgeable in the security industry. I learned a lot from him when I was under him. And so first and foremost, Mr. Watson, I want to say I appreciate you, everything you've done for me. Yeah, every time I've called you, you've always been there and given me the best advice I can give anybody. I believe it was very, very genuine every time I talk to you, and you never gave me anything that's going to lead me down the wrong direction.
What's up, man? I'm Demetrius Watson, owner and operator of the Watson Group Security Solutions. I've been in this business since I could say 1989. Did a little part-time work. I'm originally from New Orleans, and I started doing part-time work for Wiser. And from there, I just did an odd job, part-time work. But after that, my main thing was PI work. So I was a good private investigator. Back in the days, I was doing back in New Orleans, doing that, and I did a little security on the side. That there for another company, which during that time they had a lot of movies in New Orleans, and they had the contracts with the movie and stuff. So I was worked on the movie sets a lot. From that, after Katrina came out here, I said I'm trying to do after Katrina came out here, started doing that. Got up with U.S. Security. Hooked up with U.S. Security. I didn't do security work for them. I did loss prevention. So they assigned me to the raw stores and stuff there. And I had a high catch rate. I was catching them. Then from then, let me see what I did. And someone told me, a couple of people that were working for him, said, you start your own company and all that. Then I started doing my own company. Now, between that time now, I did bounty hunting work. That was interesting. I had guys, I was on with a gun, the rest of them didn't. So it was an interesting thing that then I started doing my own company from that, after that.
Okay. So, since you've been in the security since what, you said 89?
89, 90, something like that.
What, oof, 38, 39, 32, 7 years, something like that?
Well, off and on. I did part-time work off and on till I get in the 2000s, maybe in the 2000s, I started doing my PI work.
Okay.
So I was doing other little things in between that.
Okay. All right, Mr. White. So with all your years of security, your time with your own company doing your thing, how has the security industry been treating you and your company?
Woo, that's a good question. The biggest issue I think a lot of security companies have, they want to piggyback off of other security companies.
Okay.
What I mean by that, they're interested in trying to steal contracts, lowball stuff, and that's really messing up the industry right there. Every security company can't do the same thing as another security company.
Correct.
Everybody, when you're in the industry, you gotta have your niche. You gotta have your specialty and focus on that.
I agree.
Just like schools, every school, they have a basic program, fine. You just gotta do the price rise. Now, with me, I don't steal nobody contracts. I don't do none of that stuff. I find my own. I got small little things, little part-time work. I'm fine with that. But the security company interest, when you try to get something, if, for instance, it say I'm trying to get something at $25 an hour per guard. Then I have somebody, company A, one come in there with, man, he getting 25. Let me lowball, I do it for 10. Whoa, so what you paying your officer?
Yeah.
Where you paying your officer? I had learned from, when I first came here, my mentors, she always told me that at least you get $5 an hour off an officer, you're doing well. So I'm getting 25. Also, you got overhead, you got insurance,
Yeah.
you got incidentals.
Yeah.
So some of these, you want to do $10 an hour. Back in the day when I used to do the little clubs and all that stuff there, I'd be trying to get $20 out of them. And in some instances I did, because I was paying my officers 12. Yeah. So you have an individual want to come in, he want to do it for 10. What you paying? Ain't nobody gonna stand out there for $9 an hour carrying no gun.
For real.
You're a fool if you are. Yeah. That's not worth it.
No, it's not.
Now, coming in this industry, you fresh off the street, from the school point of view, $15 is a reasonable way to start.
Correct.
It is reasonable.
With no experience, yes it is.
No experience at all, the stuff there. Yeah. But some of them, could they get their head blown, get big, I get $20 an hour, man. I got this gun here, I got this Glock and all that. Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, that does not make you a perfect officer.
No,
that does not make you just a body. Yeah. You have to be, I think, as a security officer, you have to have pride in yourself, how you wear your uniform and
Correct.
who you are.
I agree.
That will resonate wherever you at.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, the industry, as far as going on, the industry, they got a lot of just like I just said, they come there and will lowball you, stuff there. It's best to go somewhere where nobody else is at and profit from that perspective.
Yeah.
Now, you do city bids, the state bids, what you know about there, they take the lowest bid. So, for instance, I think a long time ago, they had the state had the thing dealing with the child support officers.
Okay.
And they want on guard. $13 an hour?
$13 an hour?
They want you to bid $13 an hour for on. What the heck you paying off?
That's crazy.
Now I think it was 4 or 5 sites.
Now, what year was this?
Oh man! I'll see. I don't know. It was before the pandemic. When the pandemic, I see 2012, 13, something like that.
Oh wow.
It's ridiculous, but they want the lowest bid. Now, you might could go amend it. Well, one time you told me about the prison thing. Remember the prison in Beaumont?
Yeah.
That was a situation there. Because I remember I said, well, I bid like this. I sent the email to the person and say, no, this person went lower. What the? But you may have an officer that's already there making 20, but they want you bid at 21.
Yeah.
What the heck you get? You're not making no money.
You're losing. You're in the red. Yep.
Then some things with the state or contract require you to pay maybe 75 cents an hour or something. Something they have, I forgot exactly.
Yeah, they got a bunch of stipulations. They want you to make sure you take taxes out and all that.
And want you to put this inside of some kind of fund.
Yeah,
man,
emergency fund for them. Yeah,
you're not making any money. You in this business everybody in this business to make money.
Right,
make money. If you make at least $5, I always think about off an officer. That's good because they're already getting 60 to 80%.
Correct.
Of the wages, and some of them don't understand. You don't need to explain it to them. Because once you explain it to them, then they start to figure out what you make. Oh, no, it ain't none of your damn business.
Yeah, for real.
It's really not none of your business. We'll see what else. You just got to find your niche. I just find my niche. I do churches and I do special events, and I have some permanent contracts, but I ready to just get in and get out.
Power of community. Myrtle's Bakery is rising not just in flavor, but in purpose.
This is our top seller with warm buttercream glaze.
Inviting everyone to be a part of something special. Now it's your turn to experience it. Visit Miss Myrtle's Bakery at 2020 Emancipation Ave, Houston, Texas 77003, where every bite is made with love and every guest is treated like family.
Ms. Watts, I agree with everything you just said. You know, especially when you're trying to explain what the 60-40 rule. That's a very important rule, because if you go over that, then of course when you have those issues or those hiccups, that's gonna definitely put you in the red. And trying to explain that to an officer that is in the mindset of an employee, not the mindset of that does not understand. Oh, you have a management experience, that can definitely confuse them, and that's gonna definitely make them start counting your pockets. So you're definitely right about that. Now the niche, that's the most important thing. You never want to do what someone else is doing, because what's working for them is not going to guarantee to work for you. So find your own niche, find your own lane, focus on it, and do your own thing. I think I've always said that's the best thing to do. Never bite off of what someone else is doing or trying to do what they do. Just do your own thing.
And the biggest issue, well, one of the issues I can see is that you shouldn't have to explain to an officer your management things. They should understand, do their job, and move on.
Right.
Move on.
They don't know how to do that, though.
Some of them, and then you got the ones that want to get comfortable with the management of the client. That's a problem, too.
Yeah, that's a problem.
So, she always want me here, or he always want me here. I don't like that, because that means you compromising my company for the benefit of you having a permanent spot.
Correct.
If you're a security officer, I think I told you, I tell them right now, if you move around, you're more valuable for my company than being stationary.
Correct. Because
being stationary means you're complacent, and you may compromise at a situation that may get out of proportion. Never know.
Yeah.
I always tell them, so I want to carry a gun. I say you either, when you carry that gun, you become an avenging angel or the whipping board of that client if something go down.
Yeah.
So jumping and carrying a gun, I'm getting more money. Okay, then, have you practiced how to pull it out the holster? Have you understand the stance and all that stuff? Do you know how to, if you're behind a desk, to back off that desk and draw that weapon out? If you have to do that, don't, because training school don't teach you all that. Then.
Correct.
They just teach you enough to make their qualification to shoot that.
That's correct.
That's it, and get your license.
Yep.
All the stuff in between and stuff what you must do, that's on your own.
Yeah, it's up to you.
A lot of them, I had, for instance, we're going to go on a little story right now. I had a hospital. It shut down because they lost a client. But I had one guy give him opportunity to work there. And I told him, they got cameras all up in here. Cameras right there. It was easy money. Sit there. This dude, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, he's sleeping. The client sent me the doggone video showing me he is. Oh, man, I wasn't sleeping. Bro, you were sleeping, bro. You were sleeping. It kept going on. I had to let him go. Then that's the same. We had the audacity. I paid every 2 weeks. You think I'm supposed to pay you every day like you at some club? You crazy.
Oh, no.
My client paid me every 2 weeks. So I'm going to pay my employees every 2 weeks.
Right.
No. Got all bent out of his proportion, told me, man, I had child support to pay. That's not my problem.
Yeah.
It's not my issue. You had those issues when you came to me, even if you got them while with me. I don't have nothing to do with that.
Nothing.
You work your hours, and I pay for your hours you work, and we done.
Yeah.
Done. So I had to let him go. I also had another issue with a guy there. Previous before him, he goes off. It was the cultural difference of that hospital. It was a lot of Western, Middle Eastern people there.
Okay.
And, they had their own traditions and all that stuff there. I work with a lot of them. Most of my clients are there. I already know how they perceive things. Just do your job, that's it. Lady left the door open. It was something very petty, and he just went off the rocker and told me he didn't go like that. Sent me the video. I'm looking at it. Said, bro, you went off on these people. Man, they should come in our country, do it our way. Why are you worrying about that? Right. If the door was open and they wanted open, leave it open. That's it. They called me on the phone, but you went off the rocker. So I had to fire him.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
just jeopardizing everybody's job.
Thank you, because you have more than you working on that post.
Yep.
You have other people who have income. And some of them don't think like that, man. I'm going to get mine and all that. Well, man, it's not about that.
Right, it's not about that.
It's not about that, man. You represent whoever company you are representing them. And hopefully who you are representing pay you well and do what you need to do, doing your duties.
Yeah.
Now, going far beyond the duties, trying to get brownie points, that's on you.
Yeah.
I'm not in my office. You know how I was. I get personal and stuff, but I don't get all into all that stuff. Do your job. First thing, do your job.
Yep.
Being close to the owner or tight with the supervisor and all that stuff there. I'm tight with them. That's not even necessary. Just do your job. As I say, you are more valuable if you can move around than being stationary.
Correct.
So if I was starting off and I'd rather be a rover. If I can't be move around, move different posts there, because you don't have no responsibilities, structured responsibilities other than that time on that post there.
Correct.
And the post over you get, and that's it. You do his book, you're gone.
Yeah.
You're there all the time. Well, you was here, there, did that. They don't catch on to that there.
No, they don't.
They catch on to that. Now, if you had a post that you permanently have that and don't have nothing else, well, guess what? Still conform to representing your company you work for.
Right.
Don't get all personal with management. I was sitting there talking to her. Why are you doing all that? When they tell me that,
they messing up. They messing up everything.
I'd be shaking my head. When you keep your distance, when the officer keep their distance from this dude, you're supposed to keep it professional with the clients like that, they respect you more.
Correct.
When you get close to them and want to talk about this here, talk about the game, talk about this stuff here, unless they come to you and want to talk to you like that, that's different. But you don't need to walk towards them and start a big old conversation off of something else because you're trying to get in close with them so they could avoid seeing your errors.
Yeah.
But when you come to them always in the face, they will magnify your errors.
Yeah, I tell them all the time. That's why I say no. It's no fraternizing with the clients, none at all. Because they don't understand that when you start talking to that client, you think they're on your side. They're not on your side. They're going to sit there and they're going to get you out of there.
Yeah,
that's a quicker way for you to get up out of there.
First time something happened and stuff there,
you'll
be first one out the door.
Yeah, they're going to be the first one to tell you.
He did this here.
And they're going to give you a whole list. I've had that experience. I went to a location to a client, and the client would say, oh, yeah, they're doing wonderful. They're doing wonderful. And then one day I go check on the site and talk to the client. The client had a whole list of things telling me they were doing this from this point, this point, this point. I'm like, well, I've been asking you what's going on. You telling me they was perfect.
Writing it down. Every time they see them, writing it down.
You know, and the client telling me all their personal business and everything dealing with the office. I'm like, dang, they was talking here. They was running them out. They must have been having.
Then you got to watch the client because they're going to come up with a list of problems and want you adjust your rate to keep that contract based upon that officer, how he perform or she perform on that.
They'll try that.
Then if you adjust it, okay, is you going to adjust that officer rate to keep that contract? No, they'll be mad as hell.
Yeah, that's true. That's crazy.
I done had to came through that stuff because when we was doing those temporary, when you was working for me doing them temporary stuff like that, I used to get calls like that. Oh, he didn't show up, and I had to cover my behind. And I knew the officer was there, and I had to call the main client about that and let them know ahead of time. Just the problem my officer having with this. They said we go note it down. Yeah, and they dealt with it in between. It's man. Then let's not talk about the color of our culture differences.
Oh man,
let's not talk about how they will drive from Houston all the way to Galveston for $9 an hour. When you ask them
for 40 hours,
for 40 hours, then you ask them to go downtown to work for something, and you pay them 12, maybe 10 miles away from them. Oh man, that ain't enough.
For 6 hours, yeah, I heard. Oh my God, that is a crazy. I was like, what are y'all going to work for? If you're gonna drive 80 miles one way, not round trip, one way to a site for less money than going somewhere that's down the street from your house for the quick event for a couple of hours. I'd be like, that don't make any sense. Why would you turn that down?
Everybody cash in their hand. They look at the cash. That cash flow out your hand faster.
It's crazy. I'm like, man. Then I remember interviewing applicants coming in here, and you asking what's their goal, what they goal amount they trying to make, and then when they give you a number, you really listen to them. They want to trying to make a $2,500 a month, but they don't even know how to get to it. And the route that they're taking, they're putting more wear and tear on their body and their vehicles themselves of what they're doing by working like 4 or 5 jobs compared to just working a job that's going to get you to where you need to get to.
When I had the hospital, they had shut down because they lost patients. I could see I had a steady person there, and it was unarmed. And I always tell people, then there's another thing. A lot of people, I want unarmed, think it's cheaper.
Yep.
I'd rather not have no armed. I'd rather have armed officers. I tell them, I have armed officers, have no unarmed. You have to pay me armed rates because I don't want to change my pay structure for my officers because that throws me off on my books, and it also throws me off with the officer. Man, oh man, I can't do that for less. No, I got to pay them the same thing. You just gonna carry your gun.
Yeah.
Gun, and it works out.
Yeah, I hate
pretty
that
much
too,
work
yeah.
out. It works out pretty fine. Okay, well, the clients I have, I tell them. So when I had the hospital, just like you say, 2,500. I said maybe the guy I paid every 2 weeks. At that, I say maybe it's like $1,700, $1,800 every 2 weeks, which is not bad. He just doing like we right here sitting there, once in a while walking around on the floor. You can bring the laptop, look at video stuff there. Just get up, certain just go around, walk around, make sure. You only had like 5 rooms. It was easy thing, but well, he messed it up. I have other officers. I try to get someone who sent me a chance, and I always was skeptical of them. You know how I am.
Yeah.
I was skeptical. Because one of my officers, see Watson, he ain't put you in his uniform, huh? Because I paid his employer, and he sent him to me as a contractor. I was waiting to see what he gonna put. He ain't last but 3 months. Boop, that was it.
Damn.
So it's and they got a lot of those small companies come in and they want to piggyback on other companies. I had one guy that I'm not gonna mention, but you know him, and he had me managing his company when he started off. Then he had one of his guys going to all my contracts and try to underbid me to take it from me.
That's crazy.
Man,
I
that didn't make no sense. So I'm getting 20, and you gonna go blow it. I could do it for 10 or 12. You out your doggone mind.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What you paying your officer? The whole goal is you want to take it from Watson.
Yeah.
But you don't look at what Watson put together. He make a big old one doggone scoop to buy it off.
Yeah.
Everybody get paid, but you want underpay. You think it's a prideful thing to take it from another black man.
Yeah.
No, man, it's not cool at all.
No, that's not cool at all. I don't understand that. And then especially the fact that you undercutting and you taking a way lesser amount that the original contract was given, you need to consider yourself because now you're still struggling. You're working even harder because now you're not gonna find nobody to cover that post because for one, you didn't went out there and took it from 25 to 15, and you can't even pay the guard that was working there or a good guard that's gonna go to work there a good amount to do the job the correct way. You can't even pay him anything because you didn't undercut yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you think you're so smart. That's the one thing I tell folks. If you're gonna get in business, you need to do some research. Don't just jump in and say I'm gonna open up a security company because I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say this. I'm looking at the camera because you was a security guard and you thought you was a smart A. Okay, you thought you knew everything. You didn't want to listen to nobody, and you went out there and opened up a company and then didn't understand your insurance. You didn't understand the niche. You didn't understand your how to train your guards. You didn't understand none of this stuff. And you get out there and then you start drowning. You know, it's a bunch of guards that's those guards I say was they became a supervisor one time at a company and didn't know nothing. Took that little bit of advice, that little bit of experience, and thought they knew something, and went to open up. I do not like those type of folks. Those are the ones those are the ones out there be that your wife was biting at your ankles and trying to get anything out the contract. I don't not like those.
Oh, I had one guy that was working for me. I had gave him. He was hounding me like I don't know. I had an apartment complex. It was a bad one. It was years ago, and he was working for me, and he went complaining to the tenant. The manager did. I didn't pay him on time. Then I have to go pick up the check, drive to the little port to pick up the check from the main company. I get there, of course, a white guy. Oh man, they still complaining about you ain't paying them and all that stuff. I get the complaint. I say, but I'm giving you a check right now. What is his issue? I say, I don't know what it is, sir. That stuff. So then he have his wife calling me. Well, he need his money. I'll just try to write a check for him. I calms down on what? Then he heard me want to go check cash in place on cash a check. I said, you could have went to the bank. He went to check cash pay. Man, they charged me $30. I had to drive over here. I said, I'm not paying you reimbursement for that. You're out your mind. The check is good. Well, I don't like checks because the last time somebody else, and see, that's based upon what they did for you. A check, oh man, last time I got a check from somebody, it ain't went through at all. I said, that's them. It's not based on me.
Right. I hate that when they do that.
Then just like you just talk about someone having, so he went and got his own company after he would do his own thing. Then a couple of years later, damn, Watson, I see what you're talking about. Oh, you figure it out now,
Mm-hmm.
huh? Now he around there bootlegging. If we're gonna talk about the bootlegging,
He ain't got no insurance.
working at a store that got those I guess they got those slot machines and stuff there. no insurance, license expired. Somebody told me. I said, man, and he got to walk around here all big and bad. I said, boy, you put yourself on the radar. I heard another story about him too. Same story about him also. Somebody else that our contract to works. See, they did a job in Beaumont with him, helped him, and DPS had ruled up on him. And DPS didn't arrest them two, but didn't arrest him because he was gone. But he took the money from the other security officer that worked for him. And he was talking to the guy that I contract, told him the story that DPS didn't arrest him because they always on the license and stuff there. They had unlicensed people there. But he wasn't happening to be there. He was somewhere else. But he had took the money already. And he met with him and said, well, man, we think we should give him the money or just split it between us two. He looked at him.
Man,
I said, no, man, got to have integrity.
Got to have integrity.
Integrity. I don't deal with, I rarely get cash anymore. Everybody either PayPal or Zelle.
Yeah, Zelle, yeah.
That's it, man. You know, I got Zelle to me, no problem. Go straight to the bank account. Everybody get paid when you're supposed to get paid. It's interesting, man. It's like everybody think you can just do it on your own.
See, so now I think that I seen a change in the security industry when after the pandemic. I don't know if it was because they was taking them shots and they had some of them injections they was getting. I don't know what changed, but the security, but the working period just changed. Everything just changed. Of course, you know, we going to work and work from home and all that kind of stuff. But it's just like during pandemic time, the industry just totally changed. And so what have you seen after the pandemic? Have your business or have you had to deal with?
Well, I have to deal with. How can I see?
Besides these, and I say that because I'll go back to the question or a statement you made about the newcomers that's coming up, because a lot of newcomers coming up that's been since this pandemic, and they're not licensed at all, no company licensed at all, but they're getting guys together and telling guys, oh, I'm gonna start my company. I need to create a good team. Let's go get some contracts, and they go out there trying to work it. They bootlegging really. Mm-hmm. You know, they go get patches made. That's fine, but they're not licensed by DPS. They ain't got no license number, no class and license number, no nothing. But they out there working.
They think they're doing something. Most of them will go do little clubs and the stuff like that and get that quick cash. I was told by police officers stay out them clubs. That was years ago, and I never do it like I told you.
Yeah, I remember you told me that.
Stay the heck out. HPD officer, because I work a lot with a lot of law enforcement and stuff there. I'm friends with them. And like I said, everybody have their niche. And some of them throw contracts to me, they don't work it, and something like that, they throw it to me. Because I built myself up as a reputation of have a quality officer, security officer. Now, I'm getting what they get if they don't want it. It's not. I built myself up, and I'm saying this here. A lot of security. Well, I can get what he get. No, you can't. You gotta build yourself
your brand up.
Yourself up. You just can't just go out there. You gotta give me this here. Instance, I had a church I had for a whole year, but I was not the primary contract or the subcontract.
Okay.
The guys that I had, you know, the ones I had, they're all for PPOs and stuff. But the two that I had wanted there, they couldn't get there on work on a Sunday because they had other obligations. I had to put these other guys, they had a licensed PPO, but they never had experience. So I let them be inside. So I had like 7 officers working there. 7 officers, 2 inside, 2 outside. So a little stuff going on. You know how the client business goes. That somebody else want the contract, they get buddy with the person there. Yeah. And that person who they buddy with, who code contract, knits and picks with the security company because he want that other person to their stuff. Yeah. So going back and forth and stuff there, then it just past July and stuff. So the 2 guys that I had, they never did PPO work before. Never done it before. So I'm gonna say I paid them $20. You know, this inside black suit, that stuff. I paid them $20 just sitting standing out there. I'm looking at them. That's what they wanted. So the other company come, they were taking over. They look at me on one Sunday and say, "Watch, we down with you and stuff. We loyal to you." The following Sunday, man, find every excuse in the world. I said, "You've been working for me 3 years, 3 years. I never played with your money." I say to myself, "You got your money on time. Mm-hmm. Nothing you could complain about." Yeah. Because you claim I don't have no contract, or you don't want to go back doing the regular stuff like I have, because you can do PPO work. I gave you the first experience of doing it. The ones that are experienced can do it, but the ones that are experienced are getting the same rate that they getting. They outside.
Right.
In the outside. Okay, then I'm thinking. Then I had a conversation with somebody. Said, "Well, man, you supposed to get $40 an hour. Where?
Where they getting that at?
Where you get that from? You at a church standing inside, one on one side of the podium, one on the other side of the podium, and he already got law enforcement sitting in the front row and stuff there. And you think you supposed to get $40 an hour based upon what the guy that got the contract was telling them?
That's crazy.
Them, where you gonna get that from? But I was a subcontractor over there, and I told the primary one about that. Demetrius, where you gonna get that from? I said, I don't know where you get that from. I don't know where you get that idea from. We ain't out there doing no rock stars and nothing like that. You doing a pastor in a church.
Right.
You know, he wanted that type of security. That's fine. You just pretty much as a plainclothes security officer inside.
Correct.
You're not picking up that client from his house.
Right.
You're not standing guard on him when he got the call, walk with him all through the thing. You may walk with him when he come out there for the break between services and stuff. But after that, are you escorting them home? You make sure you go to that front door and stuff like that? Are you driving them?
Nope, ain't doing no route planning.
Or you doing all that stuff? No, you're not. Mm-mm. When it's over, you gone.
Yeah.
But they got an attitude because they looked at it was making. I knew that was going to be a problem with them because, and when I had other stuff, they never wanted to do that. I said, okay, then we're going to have this. But God kind of, God talks to you and stuff. You feel the spirit and all that.
Yeah.
So I moved on because even if I would have got something that came with me, they would have been that type of rate all the time.
Yeah.
But I pay those guys that much. They were with me because they've been loyal to me. And they've been with me the whole time. I never had no issues with them. Yeah,
now we're here at the main grill. Everything we make here at in-house made and made to order. We make everything like from scratch.
It's funny. It's hard to find people, and you got to read people these days. You want a job, you want to do this here or that. Then they got people that want certain days. I go to church on Sunday. So you go to church on Sunday all day?
Yeah, for real.
I don't want to work on the weekend. Police officers work 7 days a week. They don't take no days off because their schedule is like that there. And most of my stuff is easy. And it just look decent, show up, something happen, handle it. And if it go beyond that, you call 911.
So let me get back to the excuses. One of the excuses that I hate getting is from a male to tell me I gotta take my kids to the doctor or my kids is at home sick. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm thinking, I always tell folks that, I'm like, we're supposed to go out there and provide. Why are you telling me that excuse? You're supposed to still get it for your sick child and you need to go to work. Tell the mama, go, oh, she got to go to work. I'm like, man, I don't know if it's the industry, if it's changing, if the men is switching position with the women, and they want to be stay at home dads.
No, it's not. That could be that, and also it's the color of your skin.
Yeah, that's
true. You're supposed to be complemental to their feelings, because we are same complexion. I'm gonna put it that way. Or close to the same complexion. But a lot of people. Like I had this officer, just the one is going into it. They come unprepared.
Okay.
I know when they come from, if a school called me or somebody tell me I got this person, I know they well trained. I know they understand what you're supposed to get. Mm-hmm. One of my pet peeves are make sure your SOs and your name tag is on your uniform. I done came call, I forgot my name tag. Man, that's a requirement.
Yeah.
You have to have your name tag on there. That's a state requirement.
Yeah.
I don't care where. I forgot it. Well, put it on the thing. My SOs, I like that because why you don't want, I'm saying security, I don't mean that could be sheriff office.
Right.
It just like you don't want nobody to know, but you're out there. I had a guy call me, somebody was trying to get this guy to work for me, and I was asking him questions. He had an apartment complex somewhere over here on the other side of 45. He was, quote, that he told me, undercover security.
Undercover security.
He had no uniform, not in uniform at all. I'm listening to me and saying, because I talk to people. I listen. I'm from old school. I was raised by old people. You listen before you say anything.
Right.
Because sometimes when somebody will talk, you can hear the truth in their story.
Correct.
Covered up all the lies. So I'm listening to, they had shot up my car. Why did they shot up your car, man? I was a security officer there, and I had to be in plain uniform. Why are you in plain uniform if you're a security officer? No, you're a security officer. Well, man, why you shouldn't work there if you got to do all that?
Yeah.
Why I never heard you being a plain clothes security officer, but everybody know you security, but you plain clothes.
I ain't never heard of that.
And they shot up your car. I said, well, but I ain't got nothing right now for you.
That's crazy.
Because that means if he gonna take that chance, then what else he gonna take working for you? What
Right.
stupid stuff he gonna do for you?
Now that's true. I do the same thing because when they tell me that they working for when they tell me they work for clubs, I automatically explain about the conversation because I already know what you're gonna do. You're gonna get the uniform shirt, and then you're gonna be working club, working the game room. I'm gonna get one of them phone calls again at 3:00 in the morning and they say, "Hey, your officer over here. We busted the game room. You need to come over here and identify me. He got your uniform shirt on. Come to find out he wasn't even with my office. I don't know how he got the shirt. Still to this day, don't know how he got the shirt. I don't know. Someone threw it away at the Goodwill or what. But he was in my uniform shirt, you know.
Oh, back in the day, they used to want you give them the patches to put on the shirt, so they could own the shirt, but they own the patches. Why?
Yeah.
And I cut that. I know. I'll give you your shirt. Go buy your pants and stuff. There.
Yeah.
And when they don't turn the shirt in, you know the state require you to fill out form and then return the shirt uniform.
Yeah, so it's the theft of state property.
So if they caught out there with it, that's it. Like the young lady, she told me she put the work. It was a holiday, and I called out to every holiday she couldn't work. Every time I had a phone weekend, she don't even call out. She just don't show up. I said, "What's going on?" Oh, my kids had to go to church to play the thing. Okay, then you work every Sunday at church. All of a sudden, this Sunday you don't go. So what church? They happen to go to church this Sunday here that they was in the play. That you just have to be there. Why did I called her to verify, but she never called me and let me know that she was going to show up. I said, "Oh no, I had to sit on the side." Nah. Then she said she wanted to come back. She had car problem and all that. It's the one I told you about. My officer was working with her, and he should have looked her up and down. And when they were walking the perimeter, he noticed she had the gun stuck in her duty belt, not in the holster. I said, "What the heck?" I said, "Bro, what?"
Wait, she had a duty belt she had a gun in the duty belt, like
duty belt stuck in the side between her belt on your pants and the duty belt. I said, bro.
No level 3 at all.
I said, what the heck is going on with that? Man, why I said I didn't see that? I said, bro, for now on the stand of you supposed to lead officer, senior officer. You should have told her, go put that gun in the car.
That's crazy.
Then on that particular site, the sheriff department do pull up there and write their reports and stuff there.
Oh, man. So you going to be under the eye. They going to see that.
Man, I see them kids run across that parking lot. She trying to, or somebody drop something. That's like a fall out. Pew, pew.
Yep. Oh, man. That's a lot of business.
That's the most craziest thing I ever heard of. And I don't want to see it.
No,
I don't want to see that because what that tells me, you're not serious about this. You just want to get paid.
Yeah. You're just here for a check.
That's
the biggest thing in the security industry I see they don't know how to write reports. They don't even understand how to do a incident report. They can't write daily activity reports. All they want to do is come to work and sit there on their phone, on Facebook, on FaceTime, Instagram, TikTok. Oh, damn. Oh, my God. Let me tell you. I had this experience. I had at one of my clients' locations. Now, I'm at work. I'm having my regular operations day, doing my thing, and all of a sudden, I normally don't answer my phone. My phone is going off all these phone calls, all these texts. Hey, look at this on TikTok. So I say, all right, let me see what they got going on. It's like I get like 5 different messages. I look at the messages. I'm looking at the lady on the picture, and I'm like, they look familiar. That uniform. Wait a minute. That shit, is that my officer? My officer is on TikTok having a full-blown conversation about her life experiences, the things that she does. I'm talking about everything. And it was just mind-blowing to me that you actually on the clock right now at the location in their break room having this full-blown conversation with all these different people that's on your TikTok talking to you. And I'm like, you supposed to be at work working. What's going on?
My name's Ed Anderson. I sell barbecue.
I don't be understanding how folks can go out here and get a job and then do these things and then think nothing of it. Like, it just don't make any sense. Like, what's wrong with these folks in the head? Like, it's really something wrong with you. You go to work to get compensated. I understand that, but for them to actually think they can go to work and do all this other stuff, this unnecessary stuff, and get paid and think they supposed to get their paycheck, that's crazy. Gonna get upset because you basically went against company policy. So it's a consequence for that. You upset with me because now you got to face that consequence. It's not my problem.
It's the complexion of your skin to give them compassion to get away.
I got a compassion I can send them. It's
I
called
you said
unemployment.
I got a better one I got one too. This lady, she was working for me years ago, and working somewhere, and she was on Facebook. That was before TikTok. On Facebook, and I look at her because I was having to be a friend for Facebook. I looked at it just surfing out. I'm looking at her. She got a video of her in the car with her cat on duty.
On duty.
And when I mentioned it to her, so why you brought your cat to the job where it's going to be by itself? The cat is always by itself at a house. I never heard just doing all kinds of stuff. Then you keep in mind the clients see that.
Yeah.
You got this bring the cat on the job and stuff there. Ain't never done that before. The same lady I had a problem with her. I gave her a uniform to her, wear black pants and stuff there. She got to wear totally different color pants than everybody else.
Yeah.
Told me, I look good in it. And my eyes told me that because if I let her get away with that, they're going to get away with that.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
And I told her, don't you dare do that anymore. I started doing her crazy ass anyway. Because it's too much unnecessary drama. Like, I got to see what I can get away with.
That's crazy. You said about a cat. 'Cause I had an employee that came, it was at a location, and she had her kids in the car. All the kids in the car in this summertime. It's 100-some degree weather. It's summertime. So you already know they ain't acting right in that car. And they hot. They gonna get out that car.
How long she has to be on the shift?
She had, I think that was it was either 8 to 10 hour shift at that location.
And she brought the kids?
And she brought the kids.
Why they wasn't home?
And they get upset. Yeah, and when we found out, we sent a supervisor out there. Supervisor go to relieve her. She gets upset with us for sending her home, talking about she doing what she got to do. No, I would have had a better. You would have had a better chance calling us and letting us know you had a babysitter issue. And we would have came with some. Hey, I don't care. We'll come bring them up here. We'll entertain them for a few hours. And just
to be upfront.
Just be upfront about it. Don't try to be sneaky behind the back and think you're gonna get away with it. Now I'm thinking like, well, how many other days did she do this that we did not know nothing about it? All that stuff plays in my head. Like a guy at an apartment complex. I go to post checking, and I'm like, where your gun at? Oh, it's in the car. I say, why is it in the car? You're supposed to be on post with your gun. Well, this property is pretty safe. I don't see a reason to have a gun. There's nothing going to happen here. The cops run through here every hour on their own and just driving through. So it's pretty safe property. I say, it don't matter if it's a pretty safe property. I said, the manager comes out here for anything, a service call or anything, and she see that you don't have that weapon and she knows she's paying for a weapon, that's going to be a problem. You jeopardizing everybody's job. They never understand it, how they jeopardizing everyone's job.
A lot of people don't look at their needs at their particular time.
They selfish.
It's
selfish.
But the complexion gives them, let them get away with the compromise.
I'm gonna tell you right now. You come here, I'm not here to raise you. You better come here to do your job. I'm not compromising. You know wrong from right. It should have been taught at home. That's all I can say.
Well, you got different types. You got several levels, different type of officers. You got the veterans. Some of them are good, but yet they got set old ways they want to do something. Then you got the young ones. They want to come out there with white tennis shoes on, red tennis shoes, like a new pair of tennis shoes. They want to do what they want to do. They want to hang out, stuff there. Then you got the people in between that's trying, who trying to learn and want to do this here, but they get influenced by the older ones, or they get influenced by the younger ones.
Yeah,
you got different levels of security officer. A lot of people think, oh man, I'm gonna get a lot of money. No. You can make a lot of money if you have a good post.
If you do it right, yeah.
That post and the client is paying well, you can have something steady. But it's not going to be
not only that, but showing that you're worth it. You got to have that. If you can't write a daily activity report, writing all clear to me is one of the biggest things I hate. I cannot stand when they write all clear. That if it's all clear, then the client gonna see it and they gonna tell you they're going to cancel this contract because everything is good. We don't need security like I thought we needed.
You're gonna write all clear the whole time. You're walking around so and so, bloom, bloom, blah, blah, blah. If that's required for you to do. They pretty much, a lot of people can't get the understanding that you are representing that company. Right. All they worry about was in their wallet.
Yeah.
And if their client fall out, you think you can go to another security company? You're going to go into the same situation. You're not going to do it to them unless the complexion is lighter. And that's the only way I can see them doing different.
They'll do it for a lighter complexion a whole lot different than they will for a darker complexion. I put it like that. I agree with you.
For instance, I don't pay on a Friday. I learned that from
Yeah,
another
you're right.
company.
You told me that.
You don't
Hey.
you can find all I pay. I have matter of fact, the security school that I was talking about. She can even come here. They told me about that, and I bought that this long time ago. And I look at that, and that guy say how to manage a security company. Pay him on a Monday. Pay him on Monday because pay him on Monday, but pay him on the weekend. They're gonna come up all kind of issues.
Yeah.
They want to raise. You make sure they tell them go do some extra training.
Correct.
Training stuff like that to give them a raise. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
You know, how many security officers we know how to do close quarter drills? None. You know,
unless they ex-military, maybe.
And how do they still practice? I'm ex-military. I ain't practicing that crap.
Well, yeah, that is true. You got to continue
education stuff there. They only go shoot every 2 years or a couple of days before it's renewed. Come on, you know. But they won't get paid. When something happened, how are you going to respond?
Yep.
Situation. Now you're supposed to be already seeing what's going on, paying attention, and catch it. Like at the credit union, before I started working there, there's one of the wisest security officers there. I'm gonna throw the name out there. And the situation happened. He told me the story. He told me the story. The guy, man, watching, I was looking at him come through the door. I said, okay, then. And he would come through. I look at the camera, come through the door and stuff. He came through it, and I shot at him. And when he shot at him, I said, okay. The dude took off running. Then the police officer had told him the story. Who I worked with. Demetrius, did you look at the video? No, man, look at the video. This was like 8 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
He said, nah, he came out, that dude came through, he got in a cowboy stance and shot that thing there. And and still ain't found the bullet. I said, he told him the bullet was in the ceiling. And everybody told him the story, you can see the bullet was in the ceiling. The FBI had to come up there and get in the ceiling and get it. So when he shot at the dude, I'm going to tell you how I pay attention. He shot at the dude dropped the shotgun. He saw him back up, dropped the shotgun, took off running. I said, now you got to write a report before you shot the weapon. When you saw him backing up there, there's double doors there. You could have locked the door.
Yeah.
And that had been it. And got the license plate, got him on film because they got camera in there. That's it. Now you got to write a report on that shooting.
It's in Austin, yeah.
Austin and stuff there. You could have said it was attempted robbery, still write a report. The gun was not fired. Then you had to go to Austin because you didn't find your weapon. But I'm just saying, he was not wearing a vest. And he had a revolver. Now, some security officers,
oh, man.
I'll tell them, y'all get them revolvers. A lot of them take that gun from because the revolvers does not have a level 3.
No, it does not.
Now, there are. I had asked one of my law enforcement friends.
You can get them.
You can get them, but it's going to cost as much as the gun.
Yeah, they got it because they're made.
Custom made and stuff there. If that gun about $500, that holster going to be like $500 for that revolver. Now, I'm going to get shot with a revolver. And I told them that I looked at the videos they were telling me to look at. So I saw, I said, dang, he got a vest on and he got another gun. I said, yeah, he went and got a vest. Because he asked me why I wearing a vest because I plan on shooting back. If I'm planning on shooting, I'm planning on surviving. Yeah. You know, and a lot of times you wear the vest and they see that there, then you clean cut, you look professional, you ain't got earrings, stuff all in that there.
Yeah, that's true.
They will take you seriously.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Take you
the way
seriously.
your appearance, that means a lot.
Your appearance would deter a lot of stuff.
It will.
You're looking like, oh, bro. I had a hotel, had a 4-season hotel, and I had an event over there. Had Coca-Cola, had 2 years ago, Coca-Cola. The guy, I had subcontract to another company. Now, this company, I had to tell his ass. I said, bro, I don't do no club stuff. Yeah. So when you send people here, make sure they're appropriate. This is a 5-star hotel. So he sent a guy there. And I happened to got the phone number to the guy, the Coca-Cola person who over the thing. He contacted me, text me stuff there. He texted me and said, man, the guy sitting here got a hat on his head. What's happening here sitting on his phone? Their security company, the in-house, going to contact me too. Now, I know the guy going to let me know. I said, he's going to let me know. And he just does that. I said, man, and I called him and said, bro, why this dude look like, well, he working the club? I said, bro, I told you, don't send nobody like that. And told him if they come there, they got to be appropriate. Yeah. You can't do that because the appearance there is everything.
Yes, it is.
Even if you unarmed, you got to look clean cut because they look at him. Yeah. Up and down. Yeah. Because you got people coming in here. So he switched them out. He switched them out, sent somebody else. And I had to break it down to him. Since then, he understand what I'm saying because you sending these guys just to get, his mindset is, I'm assuming, they work clubs and do this stuff here, but from that on, what they gonna do after that?
Yeah.
After that, they go sit somewhere else, looking the same way, dirty shoes.
Mm-hmm.
But why you want to go to a club with dirty shoes on anyway?
That's true.
I'm telling you, at the club I worked, and they wanted extra security. I don't have that contract no more. They say, I'm going to let them come in and work. I'm looking at this dude here walking around here with a technical vest on, with AR-19 magazine. I said, I'm looking at him. I've been working this thing for long. It ain't that serious here. It's old school. It ain't that serious. I don't think they shut down. I see he walking around here. Oh, if I have to go to a club where they got armed security with shotguns and all that there, I'm turning around. I ain't going in there. It's not, you're going there to be a spectacle or a victim.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, no. In the club stuff, that is, I don't know, you want that quick cash. That's understandable. But that quick cash is quick. It's going to go.
It's going to go, yeah.
Quick. So
it's called trouble cash, to be honest.
That's right. When I got up, like I told you earlier, I said, when I had law enforcement, I said, don't work them clubs no more. Stuff there. If you're going to do it, get your money, get paid for a party. What I do a party. I ask them a certain price. They pay it. I'm done with it.
Yeah. So
I had worked for a club. I'm going to say it was Red Rooster for a while before the on the passed after the pandemic. But he had me outside. But he had 2 deputies inside. They getting 35 an hour. I'm walking out 15. Something happened. They ain't coming out there. I got police and stuff there. But they getting 35. But you're going to pay me 15.
Right.
I got to pay my guys maybe 12. I'm working with 3,000. Oh, hell no.
Nah, that ain't right.
I'll pay you. If you come, I'll give you 20.
No, ain't gonna cover the insurance.
No, because now, when it comes down to insurance, I tell them I'm doing it, but I don't do the club when I was doing it. I tell them, I'm outside in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And that's why I say, y'all outside the parking lot. Something happened, you go inside and get them. If they come outside, that's a different story.
Yeah, we didn't go inside. Stay at the door.
You stay outside in the parking lot. That's it.
They always told us that. Don't go inside unless you got to get one of them guys, one of the managers or something because of the situation at the door or something. But other than that, stay outside.
Don't be worried about that. And I always think, why you don't never come in? For what? No.
Yeah. Yeah, you gave a lot of good advice. I'm telling you, when I used to ask you questions, you used to be straightforward about, especially about the paying on the money thing. I took that and ran with it. I understood that one.
No, man, you can't. You gotta. It's not because, oh man, it's a different industry. You could pay a person on Friday off on the weekend. That's different. But this industry here, just like law enforcement, you're 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, rain or shine and stuff there. Some of these guys here, that's how they do it. Pay them on a Monday. I just paid them Monday pass and stuff there. Next thing, every 2 weeks, they get paid on Monday. We have a small, large, whatever. That's how I do it.
Yeah.
And I advise people that, and I send it by the Cash App or Zelle, whatever they want. Get them out the way.
Get them out the way. Get them done with it.
Yeah, I don't get no phone call. Oh, man, you short me. Because, I don't roll like that.
Yeah, I know. We don't play like that.
Another thing we must say before we did that, they always, when they look for a job, how much they paying? How much they paying? If that person asks you how much they paying, that's not a good officer.
No, they're not. They trash.
They're good officer. All this there watching the clock.
Yeah, that's
watching
it.
the clock.
That's it.
Man, you supposed
the
to
whole time they up there with the scratch piece of paper trying to add their hours up, equal the dollar amount. The whole time, that's all they doing.
Man,
they ain't doing that at work.
They ain't there to prepare how much you're paying. If they don't, that's the first thing that come out their mouth. So they've been dealing with some stuff where it's that they got burned or they assume they're supposed to get a certain amount of money. So the first thing come out their mouth, what you paying, how much you paying and stuff. Everybody don't get paid the same. Everybody don't have the same experience. I had officers appreciate it. Man, I appreciate this money here. They get that money, boom, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. But they got some of them, oh, man, he ain't paying enough, man. He ain't got enough stuff for me. If I had the stuff for you, would you work it?
Right.
Nope. You find an excuse.
Yeah, you can find an excuse.
You got to take your kids. You got to watch the kids because your wife got to go to work and stuff like that. Kids, doggone 16 and 17 years old, you got to watch them.
No, that's crazy. So, next question I want to ask you is, when it's dealing with the difficult clients, dealing with clients, period, which is easier? Which has been harder for you? Is it gaining new clients, or is it dealing with the current clients you have, trying to maintain them and trying to keep them happy?
Getting new clients. Most of my stuff comes from reputation.
Okay.
People already know what I do, and I deal with a different culture. So okay. My phone been ringing texting me off the hook. I need you over here for this weekend. That I just got to find officers to fill it in. I'm fine with that. And I tell them I like to build off of that. So it's hard trying to, because when you got to go look for a certain spot, you got to see if they already have security.
Correct.
Then you got to see what company that is there. Then you got to look that company up to see who they are, stuff there. Then you may want to call and find out how much you're hiring, how much the pay rate and stuff there. You got to figure it out. Then you got to kind of scope it out.
Got to do your research.
You got to research on that company if you're trying to get that contract.
Correct.
But that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Now, if their client not happy with their security company and they contact you, I understand. I accept something like that, but I don't like going to take something from someone because I don't want that same thing done to me.
You. Correct. I agree.
Now, I'm underbid them. Oh, you underbid? That's fine, but I got my rate because I got people to pay for. And when you do a good job, if you personally do the good job and make sure it go, them people gonna be loyal to you.
Correct.
If it's you, now you can't if you put one of your good people on there, because they already know that some of the client already know the game. Yeah, you're going to come and work it, then you're going to send one of your good officers, then you're going to switch out with somebody bad, someone that's not so good stuff because you need somewhere else. We're going to be watching that then. We're going to be monitoring that then.
Yep.
So you pretty much got to have everybody on the same level. When I first started out, they always, because I'm a man of my word to do work, and you remember how I used to have to work this because they always want me there. Once you hit, watch it.
Yeah.
Because they figure if you're there, everything runs smooth and stuff there. So I have to kind of break myself off, let them do it because I'm an owner. I'm not supposed to be working. You're not supposed to be putting on uniform on either.
Right.
You done paid your dues to get where you are.
Correct.
Just as much as I am.
Yeah.
So why I have to pay the uniform on to fill in on something that I have officers, they could do it themselves.
Correct.
And most of the time, word of mouth is good. Good. It depends on what sector of people that word of mouth go in. Getting contracts out here, for instance, I'm gonna say the club. If you got a whole strip of clubs stuff there, you ain't gonna get 20. He ain't gonna pay no $20 to you when this person over here paying 15.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'm just being real with you. You're just wasting your time. You're wasting your time and stuff there, or you just there at the club at the same time and get see the sights. Maybe that's what you're gonna do. But it's dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
That with you now between 12 and 2. Boy, that's when the crazy people come out.
Yeah.
Stupid stuff. I done did after hour club, man. I hated that stuff. I had an after hour club. It was the most hilarious before you started working with me. And it was me and another officer, Robbie with me. And we were closing up. And this girl started, well, he hit Abraham over here, man. I said, what? This girl, she run out of there. Hit him. I had to stop her, handcuffed her. I said, what the hell happened? This girl, was messing around with the owner.
Oh.
Was allegedly messing around with the owner. And his girlfriend was there, and she was from Compton. So they went in the back and got into it some kind of way. I'm just paraphrasing. I remember paraphrasing. She took her and said, Demetrius, I'm sorry for you to see me like that. I said, what happened? I went back there. She took that girl and slammed her against the wall.
Wow.
And that girl came running out there, and he hit Abraham on the head. He like this and stuff there. I said, what the heck? And we let her go, and we had to find out the story was he was giving her free drinks. And he was messing around with her, but his girlfriend was there. Now, both of them looked good, but the one with Compton had.
She had them hands.
But she had them hands. She had them hands. I don't know if he's still with her to this day, because one time long couple of something together. She had them hands, man.
Hey,
and that was funny as hell. Then that same, just when I first started out doing the club, that's off of Bissonnette. You know, Bissonnette got everything between Bissonnette and all that. Yeah. So we over there got all our stuff monitored. And this dude kept on putting this guy out. It was an African club right across from the little strip. He kept putting him out. We stayed on monitor. He put the guy out again. The guy came through the back door. He took his weapon and shot at the ground. What the hell? We're still looking at it. The police came. What's going on? So he left and came back in plain clothes. So what that tell you right there?
Oh, no.
He came back. I said, oh, Lord. Now, we had an incident there. This is one that was there. That it was me, Reginald, and Robbie. And I'll do, you need drill because I walk inside, came back. And previously, the little incident. So I'm coming back outside. I'm looking at them. They had this dude. They fighting with this dude here. And the African dude, and they fight when I grabbed his ass and pull him up the wall. I said, what the heck he did? He said, man, he hit my boy in the mouth. he headbutt Reginald and knocked his teeth out. I took his ass like that there and put him on that ground handcuffs on the ground there. And they had to pull me off him. Why you going to break his arm? Oh, no. I put him on the handcuff. The police came. It was so the police came and told him what happened. He said, you should have roughed him up some more. And they told me, he said, he got a charge filed against him because he had a previous charge of interfering with public servants. Okay. Now, see, some people understand you're a security officer. You are a public servant.
Yeah, correct.
A public servant. And you don't have no power of arrest, detain.
Correct.
Now, you can search them or don't. I prefer not searching them. If you have to detain them, put handcuffs on them, I prefer not searching them. Let the police know why you didn't search them, because if I search them, it's an illegal search.
Correct.
You do it. I just put the handcuffs on them.
Yeah.
Now, they claim I put something in there. That's the thing, but I'm not going to put my hands in their pocket. I might pat them down and see if they had like a gun or something. Okay, that's something different, something like that.
Correct.
But doing that, I just detained them. Yeah, I could tell you some story. I had to tell you, I had another one. This little, that's where the story that came. Another one. This girl, it was a bunch of crazy stuff. We was outside, me and Kenny, outside.
Oh yeah, Mr. Kenny.
Kenny, yeah. So it was way on the south, off of 288, something like that. We were right there, and they were fighting back and forth. And this girl, she was hard. How you want to say it? She go by Joe. My name is Kim. Put it that way.
Okay.
So you know what that means. So I don't want to sound so sensitive.
So she exchangeable parts.
Yeah. So she won't fight. She was out there fighting with the dude with her sister. They fighting stuff there, and I'm breaking it up. She kicked the dude side windows. I grabbed her little ass, put her like that there. Can't say why you did that, man. She kicked that window, kicked that dude thing off there. Then I put the handcuffs on her. Police came. Why you put the handcuffs on her? You arrested her? No, I detained her because she kicked this one. I said, okay, then they took him off, changed the handcuffs. That was it. I said the right thing. And Kenny was like this here. Why you did that, man? Find out. The story was she mad at the sister because they took the tax money, go buy a car, which he didn't have no license at all to drive. They wanted the tax money.
That's crazy.
Oh man, some crazy stuff. Then the other sister was fighting. She was pregnant. She took off running. The other sister was pregnant and took off running when all that went down. I said, man, there's some crazy stuff.
Yeah, dealing with those clubs, man.
Oh man, they don't know how to act, bro.
Hey, it was them. It was fights all the time. It's crazy.
Yeah, one dude got mad at me at that same club. We got mad like I was standing inside, standing there. Man, I want you to stand about me. Well, you got a problem. You move.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't got no time for that. It's time for that. Then I had one club. That's one here. I'll make this quick and simple. They was fighting in there. I just.
Yeah, just Mason, the clear club.
Mason all the clear clubhouse.
Yeah, I've done that.
Then I ended up working side by side with a sheriff deputy, and he was telling me I was working. We was working at a tax police or something at that time. There, he said, "Man," I told him the story. "Man, we did get a call by a security officer, maced everybody in the club. You did the right thing." I said, "I'd rather have them coughing, than on the coughing, than on the ground bleeding."
Yep, that's true. I said I did the same thing. They used to get mad at me all the time. I said, it's time to go, clear it out. They don't want to leave by 1:30. They don't want to clear it out.
Come out,
all you got to do is spray one time in the air.
Then it's standing right there while the fight going on.
Yep.
Why?
Yep.
So you could have TikTok views?
That's what they was doing.
No, TikTok was now back then. So,
but they was on MySpace and Facebook was back then.
I never messed with no MySpace, Facebook. I wasn't even thinking about no Facebook back then. If I was out then, I wasn't thinking about it.
It was crazy back then.
At Legacy Wine and Spirits, we believe in more than just selling liquor. We're about creating an experience that brings people together. Whether you're looking for that perfect bottle, or you're just simply looking for new flavors to explore, we're here to make your journey through the world of spirits fun, easy, and unforgettable.
So, with your experience, with you dealing with these officers coming in, I know you like we deal with certain training schools, and they train them a certain way. How do you feel about the online trainings?
Oh, that now online that developed after the pandemic. That's a big industry now, online stuff there. But it still need to go shoot. It still need to be virtually evaluated.
Yeah.
No, it's not one that you once you get in there, you want to do continuing education. That's cool online. That's cool. But we come down to gun safety training as self-defense. They need to be in a classroom.
Correct.
In a classroom.
I agree.
Now, state of Texas, they supposed to be have something about self-defense they add on to you, but have some kind of self-defense.
Yeah, they want to do a self-defense training coming up.
Okay, well, and what level? How you gonna do that?
I don't know how they're gonna do that. I don't
that.
even know how they're gonna classify what schools can issue that.
Then I heard a couple of years ago they were trying to make level 4 quasi police officer power, something like that. There, I heard that rumors.
Yeah, liaison to the police. Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, they were talking about that there. And I want to be a level 4. Level 4 is a combination of private investigator. Level 4, you pretty much like a quasi police officer. Write a report, and you observe everything, and you're a security officer.
Correct.
You pretty much you're a security officer. See, security. I hate when somebody say security guard. That's an insult. That's an insult, man. A guard is someone standing. Security officer mean you're more professional doing stuff. The guard is just standing there looking at the door or something like that. Yeah. That's a guard. That's a security officer.
The ones that standing in front of Fiesta that ain't doing nothing.
That's a guard.
That's a guard.
Security officer, he walking around
they doing their reports. Yeah, that's all.
I know at Ally Bought now. They got cameras on there, and I started thinking about that. I mean, you had to talk about that.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah,
and it's cost effective. You just got to have a system set up and stuff there, but that's on them that want to carry that. I can hear somebody, oh man, that's too heavy on my chest. What the hell? It's gonna be heavy on your mind. You're behind in jail behind some stupid stuff.
For real, you could have had a camera to prevent your trip to the county.
Everything could have
because you had proof of recording and everything.
We know now in this society. Videos mean a lot. Mean a lot.
Alibis used to be the key back in the day. Growing up, they used to always. I don't remember my parents saying, "Let me know where you at," you know. But that alibi don't work no more. They need their camera. They want to see that footage.
If you put that footage, that tell it all.
Footage. Yeah.
There you go, right there.
Yeah.
You go to jail. You got it up there. It was like it was another security company. I was coming from church. And I took my stuff off, and I was going to Kroger's. I used to go to Kroger's all the time, and they had a spring eye, this police officer, he knew I did. Man, go put your gun on. I might need you here. Help me out. I said, oh, Lord. He told me that but one time I didn't do it. I go in there, and I bought something before I went home. And I saw a little commercial going out in the doggone parking lot. And I just went out there, and I helped put this guy down. He was trying to rob somebody in the spring. Now, I had my equipment on. I put him on the ground. They had the security officer there. They had the revolver. Who that was? Oh, what the company that was? They had khaki brown. They used to be on. I'm trying to what the name was. They not there no. You'd have to build it on the Beltway on the other side of 249. So I said, "Where your handcuffs at?" I don't have none. What the heck, kind of security officer? You got a revolver? No handcuffs. No speed load. That's what the company wanted them to have for liability purposes. But they got a gun. Now you mentioned L.I. Barton. They had the parking lot. I remember seeing his big behind was on the car all the way around. He come after. He had no gun on him like that. The police officer, the sheriff came fast because he was at the guy said I came fast because over there GameStop was be in front of there. He came zoom over there and he was trying to rob somebody. And I said, okay, that's good. And the manager, man, you better security come. I gave him my card. Back then, but he wasn't going. He had to go through chain of command and all. Yeah. Get that. He wasn't going to do that. It's just that certain instances you never know. Like I'm right now. I got both my IDs on me.
Yeah,
I carry them everywhere. Oh man, I don't have my ID. So one of my guys always say, I found somebody on security officer looking for some part-time work. Get his commission card, send it to him.
Yeah,
that tell you a whole lot there. Well, he don't have it on. Well, guess what? I mean, he ain't serious.
Yeah,
he ain't serious, or she ain't serious.
Hey, I got it. Matter of fact, I got 2 copies. Just in case I lose one, I got it back. I keep me a spare.
Well, a lot of people not small enough. You take a picture of it.
Yeah, I got one in my contacts.
And you cut that, and you keep it on you because in state of Texas, a picture ID is valid.
Yeah, the same thing with just going to Tops and showing screenshotting Tops and showing that you're
active. Remember me and you talk about that. Now they say it's okay to do that. Now.
Yeah, we've been doing it back then.
Way before that. You print it out. So now they say it's okay to do that there.
Yeah.
Man. Now they're doing a psychoanalytic evaluation.
They should have been doing that. We said that a long time ago. I say, ain't no way you give somebody that gun and they don't even see if they got the mental state to even shoot the gun or have a gun.
Man, they had one of the clients when I work at somewhere, and I went behind them because, I do the credit union. And when I do a credit union, there's Weiser had the contract, and they was telling me this dude came in there, told me, man, I'm bipolar and all that stuff. Well, he told you all that? Yeah, Demetrius. I said, what the hell? I said, he bipolar. Then he came out, when you mentioned the thing about the handkerchief, the black thing he had there, he had no gun on Demetrius. He's sitting there, had a handkerchief poking this thing there. I said, Lord have mercy. But see, that company paid for an armed officer, and the client ended up paying for an armed officer, but that's an unarmed officer there.
Yeah.
They got over.
Yeah, they got over
They
big
got
time.
over unless that's in the contract. I don't know they put the contract. And I say, why the supervisor don't sit on it? They called me and said, "Are you gonna make that money?"
Yeah.
And see, they stupid.
Yeah.
They losing money. Well, we ain't got nobody. Send the supervisor sit on that.
For
These
real.
half the day, they don't even do. I see. That's how they run this show.
Yeah.
But if you want every penny that you supposed to get, you make sure you get it. If you got to put a supervisor on it, just put a supervisor sit on it for a couple of hours till you get somebody to fill in.
Yeah.
Don't lose the whole day. That's
Nah.
crazy. It's crazy. You might have to pay a supervisor a different rate, but you're not losing no money.
Yeah. You're still making something.
You're making something
Yeah.
that's zero.
Yeah, I agree.
It's so many things that we could do better. But like we started off with, in like this here, you got to find your niche.
Mm-hmm.
And the niche better not include no damn clubs. Because that's a waste of time.
Waste of time.
Waste of time. You want to party who want to work a club every Friday, Saturday, Sunday night?
Yeah. It gets boring.
I couldn't even do that there. Them days are gone.
Yeah.
Then you got to be tired, and you got to count the money and stuff there, and you be too tired, you miscount somebody, get overpaid, they ain't gonna tell you.
Because they gonna drag their feet to come out and pay you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be there another 2 hours after they just said you off the clock.
Thank you. They're gonna take their time back. I done went through all that stuff
Yep.
too.
Yep.
All that crazy stuff there. I know some they get paid, and I had people that supposed to help me out. They taking money off the top and giving me some money, and I still end up paying them. Didn't know they were taking money off the top.
That's crazy.
It's greedy. Ah, man, them days are gone.
Yeah,
So-
it's a lot of folks don't have no integrity in this world.
It's
man.
about money.
crazy.
It's about just getting out there, getting paid.
Yeah, it's
You
crazy.
know, the incident like I say about with the gun on it. I never heard that like that. That is so unsafe.
Yeah.
That's not even thinking. You're just trying to get something. But you went and bought a new car.
Hey, they priorities be in the wrong spot. That's for sure.
Ooh, you should have been working.
Yeah.
I got to get my kids. I got to do all this stuff there. When we have
I ain't got
football
time for
night
that.
and all that. Oh, come on, man. I understand that. That's just the way, everybody got their thing. But I don't need to know your personal stuff.
Correct.
And those things you do, but that's fine. But come when you legitimate work for me or anyone, you come up with a legitimate excuse, not no crazy excuse like that.
Yeah.
Your family, your family atmosphere comes before your work ethics. But if them lights off,
Yeah. Don't say nothing in.
don't say nothing in.
The kids ain't got no Christmas gift. Don't say nothing in.
They ain't got that extra money for their lunch. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah, that's it.
No.
Your car break down. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
And some security officers, you can't get personal with them because you got to feel how they are. You got to keep your distance. I remember a guy told. Now I understood why some security companies had this man in between that talked crazy to them.
Yeah.
They say just blunt with them and stuff. There's a reason why that there. They're just like the sergeant in the military. You had a sergeant keep him from being for the lieutenant. You got to go through that chain
Correct,
of
chain of command.
chain of command. And you get personal with them. I'm gonna call them direct. I say, did you talk to so and so about that? Or they call me and tell me, I got one supervisor. He's funny as hell. Everybody know how he is, but they could call me. But I sent a group text out. I got a guy that worked for me with group text, and I don't read no group text. So if I'm sending a group text and you're supposed to work on this post here, if something changed, you not read it. That don't make no sense.
That don't make no sense.
You read it, but you don't have to respond in the group text. Respond different. But he an older guy, get them big old phone, won't seem like this fancy. They know everything else. They know how to use it. He the same one. I'm gonna leave on this one here. It was funny as hell. He had worked for me. And I haven't worked with him directly. He got trained stuff from the lady who was talking about. And he no part time. Older guy. So he was working with Kenneth one day. And Kenneth was working with him. He said, Demetrius, where you get this guy from? What happened? I was looking at that revolver we had. I said, man, where the bullets at? Now, Kenneth is a firearm instructor.
Yeah, he is.
He's
yeah.
a firearms instructor.
Mhm.
So he said he had the bullets in his pocket. He said he didn't know what to put in it. From then on,
Well, he had the bullets in his pocket,
yeah.
so he didn't have a speed load or nothing.
He just started. He had the little back gun, and Kenny gave him a nickname.
That's a straight up Barney fight for that.
Call it. Get the nickname. Kenny gave him 2 bullets.
2 bullets. Oh man, that's all he had.
He had 2 bullets. That's what was funny as hell when he told me that. There, I said. Then he had they got these guys. Oh, I got this Glock. No, you got a Glock? Where's that?
Yeah.
It took one of my other supervisors to force him. You're bragging about it, make him wear the gun property and stuff there. You make him wear his Glock. He wears Glock and stuff there. And when you got the Glock, I gave him another name.
That's it.
Double tap.
Double tap.
Now, he wouldn't catch the joke. We don't even say it around him because he wouldn't even catch it at all. And stuff there. I call him double tap. Shoot. That was funny. This stuff, so...
Hey, you gotta have some fun out here.
It's like when you play it in the neighborhood. I got a football, but I don't want nobody to touch it. But I got to do football with so name on it. That's how you act like. I got a Glock. I mean, I don't care what you got. You better know how to shoot it.
For real.
Then when he bought the Glock, they told me he didn't know he had to buy bullets. Well, every gun you get, you buy the bullets with him. Unless you got if it's different calibers and all that stuff, understand that.
Please make sure you send me that person's name so we don't hire him over
Well,
here.
he about to retire and stuff there. I just have him work on one particular spot. I don't let him move around too much. I don't know. Actually, I don't want him by itself. Tell you the truth, I don't let him be by himself because that. But he's a dependable. When he be somewhere, he be that stuff. But those little how you say differences to get into stuff, security and stuff there. You had that little gun up there. I said, where you get that gun from, Mr. Leon? Where you get that from? Oh man. Man, I bought this gun because I always wanted a revolver. Okay, why you always want a revolver, but you qualified to shoot an automatic? In the automatic, you see where it hurt my thumb. I said, Mr. Leon, you only got cocked that gun once.
For real.
And see, my authorized, so you could be at home, empty gun is cut back like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
Just cocking the back.
Just cocking the back. That's all you got to do, man. So all you got to do is you only had a cock in one. That's it. Put that bullet in there. That's it.
It go every time.
It's not his revolver goes unless you get one of them hammerless ones stuff.
Yeah.
You say you want to get 357. I say to myself, you want to get a 357. I wouldn't want one of those. Man,
no, I don't want no 357.
You're gonna have fun. You're gonna have fun find and some of them don't understand the level 2 and 3 holsters and all that stuff. They don't understand none of that.
No, they don't understand that. I witnessed that still to this day. And that's one of the biggest things too, when they come here doing the interview process and they talking about they want $20-some an hour, but you don't even know what level 3 holster is. You come in here with the nylon holster that's hanging to the side when you put the belt on.
Get dirty.
It ain't even gray. It ain't even black no more. It's gray.
Dingy. You don't respect the gun that you have.
Right.
You just want nylon. Man, I don't know how to get them nylon holsters.
I don't know how they get the nylon holsters.
There's them the cheapest stuff. That's not even.
Amazon, $22. Hey, thank you guys for viewing. Like, share, and subscribe, and share this video. Please pay very close attention to the next episode that's going to be coming out. I want to say thank you for everything that Mr. Watson has, all the jewels that he's dropped on us today, all the lessons, all the good stories. Kind of took me back down memory lane talking about the club back in the day. I ain't going to lie. But yes, I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You have anything you want to say to him before we get out of here?
Yeah, I can see this here. One of my supervisors had told me years ago, see, when you make exceptions to the rule, you have problems. So as long as the security officer following the rules, regulations of the state require them to do, you should not have any problems.
Well said. That's very nice. Oh man, okay. Well yes. Hey, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode. And we'll see you next time.